Who died in 52?
Israel. He died in 52. Frank died in 49.
Who's Frank?
Frank got hanged.
Oh.
So he died in Kansas.
Big Mama's son. So this is Essie's brother.
Her brother. Plus it was Anaola's husband. Frank was Anaola's husband.
Oh, really?
So he died and he was hanged at the store.
Bookstore.
He was in Kansas and somebody hanged him, but they said he was depressed of his wife leaving him or something. The newspaper.
Oh.
I got the article out there. Oh, he was despondent, so he hanged himself. I said, why would he go wait to the store to hang himself? That don't even make sense.
So Frank was Aunt Iola's husband?
Iola's husband. Yeah, Uncle Frank. That's how she got in the family, because she was in our family.
Yeah.
And she
What's
married
her
him,
maiden name?
Mackey. Iola Mackey. All that stuff's on my page. But
So you're saying in 52. So you're
I was
saying
out of the house in 52.
you're saying that when Cleva and Granny
I think he moved
got
in.
together, they moved it. They got married. They moved
in with Mama
into
Essie first.
on Second Avenue
On Second Avenue.
with Mama Essie,
Short time.
and Papa wasn't there.
No, but I think Kenna was born there. Kenna was born in a hospital, but he came back to the house. So he
Kenna?
lived there for a short time. So that was back November of 51. And then after Kenna was born, sometimes we moved. So that means that my grandfather, my great-grandfather, came in there sometime. Right after Kenna was born, we moved.
Well, you're
We probably
saying-
moved in with Mama Essie.
So you're saying Israel, when you all moved to Mama Essie's house, Israel came up in there.
He came in, I think...
He wasn't already there.
No. What happened was, we lived in, she got married, and they lived with her first. And Mama Essie had nobody but, herself. But Mama had moved to Morgan over there and close to the fairgrounds. In 50, she was over there with us. The three of us in the room around with her kids. And then when she had Canada in 51, we were on second living. But she had married him, so they were probably still in the house. I don't know, we didn't go, we came back to the house when Kenna was born. I remember, we stayed there. Then we must have moved. So Kenna was born in November. We might have moved November of 51. Somewhere like that. When Kenna came, it was enough, 2 people. So we probably got a house and moved over there on East Street. We stayed on East Street to 53. Because at that hotel, we were gone. But we always came back to Mama Essie's, babysit or be there.
But you're saying when Granny and them got married, they
She got
lived
married.
with
She
Mama
lived with Mama
Essie,
first.
but you're
And I
saying
think that after Kenna was
you're
born,
saying her dad was living there too.
No, he never lived with us. That's what I'm saying. He never lived with us. That's why I know it's different. We came in there in 51 and after she got married, probably. Because they had to live somewhere. They lived with Mama Essie. They didn't live with us up there. And then when Kenna was born, shortly after Kenna was born, we moved and got a house on East Street. That's what
But
happened.
Israel wasn't there? I thought you said he was there.
No, he wasn't there when we lived there. I had to come over to the house to see him. So as I'm coming in the front
So you're saying
door,
when y'all moved out,
he moved in.
he moved in.
He moved in. Because he must have got sick around there. He didn't die in 52. So at the end of 51, November, we moved to East Street. We got a house. Because when he was born in the hospital, they brought him back to that house. I remember, they brought him back. So we all moved. Keller was with us when we moved. So he had to be after November 1951, we moved to East Street. So that was when we moved there. Somewhere after that time, Israel moved in with Mama Essie. He died in 52. And we were still out of the house. We never went back to that house to live. We went to visit because everybody came to her house.
So he was split up from Big Mama?
Oh, he split up with Big Mama way before that. Mama told
So who
us
she
so.
lived with? She lived by herself?
Who, Big Mama? Big Mama lived in a house in 1950. No, she was out there on 8th Avenue or somewhere. So she was by her, yeah, she lived in a house with about 4 rooms. She stayed there by herself. And she kept Bonnie and Sergeant. And also Dorothy. She kept all 3 of them. They would come and go out of her house. But she really kept
Who
Bonnie.
was Bonnie's dad?
George Stevenson. You don't know him at all. Nobody really knows him. I know him.
How is he related to Big Mama?
Essie.
Big Mama.
Big Mama's her son.
Oh.
George is the first child. May is the second child.
Who?
May, the one that died. She was 3 years old. May.
I've never heard of her.
We found, nobody knows. I found on the records, and Yvonne told us. Yvonne said there was a little girl named May. She died at 3 years old. That's when we found the census records. And we said, well, who is May? George said, I don't know. And Lena knew.
So
anyway,
George is the oldest?
Who?
George.
George is the oldest. George was firstborn. May was the secondborn. Manly's the thirdborn. Willie's
Who's Mammy?
Uncle Man.
Oh, man.
Uncle Man, they call him Manly.
Oh, Manly.
Then,
Oh,
then,
okay.
then Aunt Willie's the next one.
Uh-huh.
Mama Essie's the next one.
Mhm.
Uncle Frank and Aunt Lena. She had 7 children.
Aileen's the youngest?
Aunt Lena's the baby.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And it was 7 children and one died at 3 years old. Mama put it out there in the records. That chart she made. She said there's a May and she died at 3
So
years
when
old.
did Israel and Big Mama split up?
Oh, I don't know, but they, it was a long time. It was, when we were growing up, she was by herself. Oh, he was dead. But he died at 52. But they were split up before then. So I don't know when it was. It's out there in the records. Because he's talking about he's a widow or he's, separated or something.
So she lived by herself.
She lived by herself. He lived by
So
himself.
she raised all them kids by herself?
All by the time they split up, they probably all gone. Because Aunt Lena died graduated in 32. They were all probably gone.
32.
30. Aunt Lena's born in 1912. Or 1914, whatever.
So these people are born in the 1800s.
They were our great-grandparents and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
They were born in 1800s.
No, they were born in the early 1900s.
No, I'm talking about Big Mama and
Big
Israel.
Mama was born in
Israel.
1878.
Oh, okay.
And she was still living in 66.
Damn.
You know, what's
That's
up
close
with
to
those?
slavery times.
She was, no, it was after slavery.
I mean, it's close to it, though. Close
Yeah,
to it.
They were the tribe, for sure.
That's close to slavery. Because slavery ended in what, 63?
Yeah.
No, 60 what?
And 66 for the tribes. They wouldn't let
65.
Yeah, they wouldn't let them go south. It is 65. But they wouldn't let the
1865.
Yeah, you remember they said it was 66 for the tribe?
Right.
They
The
was
treaty.
fighting to
The
go
treaty.
there.
The treaty.
Yeah, the treaty. So anyway, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay,
There's
because
a
they
lot
were,
of
because they
stuff.
were Indian, they were slaves of Native Americans.
Yeah.
So for them, it was 1866.
Yeah. Yeah,
So basically, she was born 10 years after slavery.
Yeah, but they were, like Daniel Littlefield said, they were a people without a country for 40 years, just like the slaves over there in Egypt. That they paralleled them. You know, the freedmen.
400. Oh, yeah,
The freedmen parallel. He said it. It's a people without a country, and they were people that had nobody. You know, they were just there in the country.
No representation.
No, they have nothing. Anyway, I'm thinking of it, so it makes sense to just write it and type it and give it to you. Then this is an accurate account of problems that happened. Now, if I think about Israel, well, I knew Israel was there, but I forgot him. But he definitely was there, and he died in
So
52.
May died early.
May died right after she was born.
George
3 years.
had. You said Bonnie was his dad. His son.
That was Bonnie's father and Sergeant. That's the.
When was Bonnie born?
Bonnie born in Ardmore,
What year though?
1930.
30 something. Bonnie?
I didn't even know Bonnie. Bonnie was born in 1930.
I thought you lived with him.
I did, but I lived with him when he
He's
was,
he's old like Ailina then,
Yeah.
or
yeah,
Granny sort of.
yeah, that's what he should have been because he's her first cousin.
I guess because when I see his picture, he looked young,
He is young.
so I figured
young.
he's like a younger person, but he's
Yeah.
not. He's an older
No, but
person.
he don't look old. When you see him in person, he's younger.
So he was born in when, in the 30s?
He was born in 1935.
Wow,
That's Tyrone's dad.
wow.
He's old. They're
So who's
old.
Sergeant?
Sergeant's his brother. He was the oldest. His name was Thomas. And that's the one I didn't
So
know
these are
about.
George's kids.
Uncle George. He only had 2 kids. 2 boys. And they look alike, but I didn't get to see.
Okay,
Sorry.
so you had George, you had May,
Mhm.
and you had
Manly.
Manly. So who's Manly's kids?
Okay, Dorothy Stevenson.
Dorothy, the
the
one
one
that-
that died last year. Psyche.
Okay, so
Okay.
Psyche's coming from them.
That's where he's coming from. Uncle Man's his father.
Oh.
Yeah. Patricia. Patricia is his granddaughter.
So Uncle Man's the one who was fighting with Mama
Mama.
Essie.
Well, they weren't fighting.
Boy, your granny.
My mother. But they
But
weren't
that was her mother's brother.
her mother's brother. And Uncle Man took over the house, but I'm just saying, I put fighting. They were having a disagreement.
Right, right.
Because, I shouldn't have used fighting. Because Uncle Man don't fight with you, and Mama don't fight with you,
Right.
and no
Oh
relative.
yeah, they
But
couldn't
they
see
had
eye
a
to eye.
disagreement because Mama told them she wasn't going to pay no rent, because we never paid rent. We just lived, it was a family
That was her
house.
mother's house.
It was really supposed to be my mother's house, but grandmother's house, but she died. So then it became family. So, they took territorial. They just took it. The family took over because they took care of it. They paid the taxes and took care of it. But anybody could live in it, and we moved in because we had so many kids. So we moved into that house. Mom was
So,
disagreeing with Uncle Man, and she said, "I'm not paying no rent." And she probably
so,
didn't have no money.
and then who else is there? Willie, Aunt Willie. I remember Aunt Willie.
And Willie's my Messie's sister.
Right. So her kids though is Bo Peep.
Well, Pete's a granddaughter.
Her
Son was
granddaughter.
Johnny. Johnny was her son. She only had one kid.
I don't think I met Johnny yet, but maybe.
Nah, you probably
Did he pass away or something?
Mama's age.
Did he pass away or something? Did he pass away early?
No, he passed away probably the right age, but he was born in the 20s.
I don't remember him.
You didn't never see him.
Where
He
was he?
wasn't never out there. He was gone. He was dead probably by the time we went.
That's what I was asking. Was he?
He probably was dead in the 80s. You probably knew Bo Peep. Bo Peep was
He died in the 80s.
the granddaughter.
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't okay, so Johnny. Willie has Johnny? She only had one son?
She had one son, Johnny.
Oh wow.
That was it. She's the only Aunt Em.
I remember Aunt Willie. We used to always go over her house.
That was the thing.
Cause she reminded me, she looked like Granny. She reminded me of Granny.
That's what I said too. Mama and Aunt Willie favorite.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah.
A lot.
And you used to go to Aunt Ola's too, I think.
I don't remember her.
Okay, well, anyway.
I remember Dottie, but I definitely don't remember. I don't remember. I mean, I just don't remember
I
her.
think you went out there though, because I went out there. We used to go out there to see every time you come to Ardmore, if you were out of town, like Aunt
Wait a minute. I
you
might
go
remember.
to see Aunt Ola.
Oh, I might remember her.
You gotta go see Aunt Ola. You gotta go see Aunt Willie. And you gotta go see Uncle Manning and Big Mama when they were living. But Uncle George, he died young. He died in his 50s, I think. He died in
So who else is there?
Who?
You said Willie. And who else is there? Is there anybody? Oh, Frank. Frank.
Oh no, Frank.
Did Frank
died
have kids?
49.
He didn't have no kids?
They
So
didn't
they
have any
didn't have any kids.
That might be why Aunt Emma let Dottie be raised by Aunt Ola,
Okay,
give her
so-
somebody, because she didn't have nobody.
So you
she
got
didn't have
George
nobody.
had Bonnie and Sergeant.
Mhm.
May died early.
Right.
Don't tell me. Next would be Uncle Manley, and he had Dorothy and
Psyche.
Psyche. That was it?
That's all the kids he had. He had 2 kids. He had about 5 wives.
Wow, so Dorothy
2
was
kids.
Psyche's brother, sister.
They brother sisters. Yeah, they were.
Wow.
They knew it though. Everybody knew who they were.
So basically, these people didn't really have a lot of kids. They had like
Not
one or
them,
two.
But that's what Aunt Linda, when she did that chart, I looked at it and it looked like it was too many, like too many kids for Mama and Aunt Emma. They had like 12 kids together. So she put down there 5 kids, 6 kids, 6 kids. She didn't put no names because she probably didn't know who we were. And Uncle Leonard had 4 kids.
Big Mama had how many kids?
Who?
Big Mama.
Big Mama had 7 because one of them died. She had 6 that
Okay.
lived. She had-
George, May, Uncle Man,
Mhm.
Uncle Frank,
No, Uncle Frank doesn't come next. It's
Willie.
Aunt Willie.
Aunt Willie,
And Mama Essie.
Mama Essie,
Uncle Frank.
Frank,
Aunt Lena.
Lena. 7.
7 kids.
Lena had Sylvia and Butch,
That's it.
and then
And Willie had 1.
Willie had Johnny,
Mm-hmm.
and Frank didn't have any kids, but they adopted Dottie.
No, he didn't. And now Ola adopted.
But they were married though, right?
They were married, but they separated sometimes.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think she started with a baby.
So Aunt Frank was married to Aunt Iola, but they
They
separated.
probably separated before 46.
Oh, okay.
He left Ardmore and went to Kansas.
So they weren't married when Dottie was in the picture.
I can't remember if they were married, but they were so separated. I don't remember. I wasn't even born. I mean, I was
So,
born. I was 1 year old, so I don't know what they did. But I know, Ola said that. She said, I wanted one of Aunt Emma's kids. She said, it's not something you do. You go take one. And she said, I'll tell you which one I want. And she looked at all 3 of them before Dottie. She didn't want none of them. She said, not that she didn't want them, but she didn't want a boy. That's what she said first. She saw Dottie. She said, that's the one I want.
The
She
chosen child.
But she chose who she wanted.
She was chosen,
Because
chosen
if you
child.
Look at Dottie and Aunt Emma, they look alike. She looks a lot like Aunt Emma. She's the one that really looks like
To
her.
me, she looked like. Honestly, she looked like a lot of her kids
Oh,
together.
when she was younger.
Oh,
She looked
okay.
like Aunt Emma. Just like her.
Okay.
That's what she said. That's the one I want.
Oh, okay, I think I've seen some of the pictures that she looked like her.
But they said them little, and she's little. She looked like her mother.
She looked like a lot of people, though, really.
Yeah, she definitely looked like Aunt Emma. So she in a way, that's the one. She tells you that story. You come to Disney when she had Alzheimer's. But anyway, I thought about the rest of this, and I said, well, you need to know about Big Daddy was in the house too. So that's another time.
Pigger.
Yeah, well, they call him. We call
His
him
name's Pigger.
Big Daddy, Israel, and Pigger. They call him all three.
He had a barbecue place, didn't he?
Yeah, but we call him Uncle Big
Didn't he have a
Daddy.
barbecue place somewhere?
Yeah, he was the barbecue king, and he worked at the Chuck Wagon, I think. And he was, and whenever they had any type of big event there, Indians, anybody, he would barbecue for everybody.
He was in the paper.
Yeah, he's in a lot of articles out there. I've seen him in more than one. So he was good at barbecue.
Is that where Uncle Leonard got his skills
I
from?
don't know. Uncle Leonard was good too. He could barbecue too. They could all barbecue. They could barbecue. They could cook. They had a lot. Mama could do all kinds of stuff. She could do all kinds of things. She lived in the country.
And the Big Mama, though, she died in what, 66?
Ooh,
Big Mama.
she died right after. She died just before Rodney in June. June. of
Before
60.
Rodney.
And she even told Mama that somebody. Kenneth told me this. He said, Big Mama went for the reading. You know, Big Mama read the coffee leaves or whatever, grinds. And she said, somebody's going to die. And I don't know how she told her, but Kenneth was telling. Kenneth told her. And they said, Kenneth told her, we thought it was Uncle Leonard. And it was right. She said she could see the death of somebody in the military.
She said somebody in the military. She said somebody in the military?
I think she said military. And it was Rodney in the military, and Earl was in there too, I guess. No, he might have come out. He was the Rodney died in 66.
Who'd she tell this to?
Mama went to.
She told Granny.
Wait a minute. Big Mama used to do readings
Uh-huh.
with the coffee grinds. So she do the coffee grinds, she put them in there, she put them upside down, and she look at the cup and she tell you what's happening in the future. She was that kind of person. Uncle Man can do it too. So Mama went there to get a reading for some reason. I don't know. I didn't never get no readings. So I don't know readings. And she looked at it and she saw death.
Oh, so people will go to her
They
for
would go to
readings?
and pay her to do readings. This
Are
is
you
true.
serious?
No, ask all the family. It's true.
That's good.
And it came true.
Yeah.
She saw Mama Essie. She said she saw Mama Essie before she died. And she said it was a
She
snake.
saw who?
She saw her daughter in the coffee leaves, in the grinds. And she had a snake wrapped around her neck.
Oh, she saw
She
her.
saw
She saw her death.
She saw her death. She saw it before she died.
Who did she tell that to?
She told to Mama, really? So
Ma-
we knew about it. She told Mama. She told about that one.
She said that she saw a snake wrapped
She saw-
around her
I
neck.
dreamed that too, and somebody died too. I dreamed it once. I didn't see it in coffee leaves, but I saw a man, and he had a tail of a snake and he had a head of a man. It was one of my classmates. So I used to ask about him, how is he doing? And they said, oh, he's fine, but he had colon cancer. He died in 4 months. One time I dreamed him. I just see all kinds of stuff. She knows Alcina can do it too. I don't want to do it. I don't like that. No. But Big Mama used to do it for money. People would pay her.
That's.
And it would come
But
true.
did she used to do like herbal medicines and stuff too?
Yeah, she did a lot of stuff.
I think I've seen that
She's
some.
Indian. She's Indian. She's part Indian. So
Cause I remember I seen that somewhere. They said she was like a herbalist or something.
Yvonne said that. In her
Seen it
thing,
somewhere.
She did that scrapbook for her mother. She said she put it in there. She probably did all kinds. She was Indian for Indian. Okay, what they say. She did some of that Indian stuff. She could speak Chickasaw. What told her she could speak? She thought she was speaking Pig Latin, but she was speaking Chickasaw because she was born there. All of those people could speak that language. Some black people.